Yeah, so I got the Corvair in the garage. I would have made a couple videos, but my friend kind of had my camera, and I was having a hard time getting it back from him. There are two carburetors that were included when I bought it, and I just need parts off of it. Well, got the engine all together, got it put in, almost got it running. I think I need new spark plugs in one of the carburetors. That's actually why these are out, because I needed the top half off one of them, because the other one just was pissing gasoline straight down inside, and I couldn't figure out why it was starting, why it wasn't wanting to start, because it was kind of popping, kind of doing a little bit like, I could hear it on this side, or I can open it. I could hear this side was kind of going brup, 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 brup. This side is nothing. This side's dead. And I was like, this is the side I took apart. This isn't. And I was wondering, what's up with that. And then I looked down, and the carburetor's just pouring gasoline down it. No wonder it seemed like I was running out of gas every 5 minutes. But yeah, so I've got this in the garage had it in here for several days now, just because it's so cold outside. And um, there's 6 inches of snow. So yeah. So yeah, I had to move it over so I could have room to walk. But before I did, I was walking on just the side of it, and I noticed there's a crack that ran right along there, just like it split. And I knew there was Bondo in here, but I didn't realize how bad. So yeah, there's a hole there. There's a hole on the other side, but I haven't even picked at that yet. I mean, this isn't too high of a stress point, because you can see the door structure thing that's actual thick metal. It just comes up and it bends around and goes up windshield. So I mean, this just covers that up. But then you can see there's a piece of metal that would go right there that'd go over here just to sturdy it up. So I mean, I got a piece of metal, and I'm just gonna yeah, I'm just gonna actually, I have the piece of metal over here. It's actually cut out of my Montgomery Ward tractor, because that tractor's just gonna rust back there. So I figure I might as well just take a chunk out there, because we're gonna get a break and we're gonna go out and buy actual like sheet metal. But I figure that's gonna be after Christmas. After Christmas gets settled down, we'll start buckling down and getting this sheet metal actual taken care of, and the doors and the floors and stuff like that, just to get this done. Because I mean, it'll take a little bit. It won't be too incredibly hard. But you can see I took a piece of the really thin like sheet metal that was out of like a air duct kind of thing. That was real easy to cut and everything, and I just kind of laid it out and cut it to fit, and then I basically traced it, and there's two tracings on here. But the one in the middle, I'm going to use this one because there's less bends in it. But I'm just going to pop rivet it in. Might have to have my dad go along with a welder right along there just to get it be connected. But I might be able to do something. But I'm going to cut it down way down here, because somebody made this nasty looking hole for an antenna when it should have gone right there. Because see how like perfect that hole is and how nasty that one is. So I'm just going to cover all that up. But I'm just going to cut like right here, but I'm going to leave a little bit so I can pop rivet and just bend this down and over, so it kind of goes it just goes down and over, so I can drill into it and make this somewhat flush. But then I'm just going to use body filler on top, because I really don't care. It's just going to be a driving car, or a car to be driven by a 15-year-old. When I can get my permit, I want to be able to drive it. So I kind of want to get this stuff hurried and done with. But I mean, once I get, the bottom of the door post panel hinge things, and on the other side, you can't even see it because there's a new floor down there, but there's these like rail things that run up, and then they bolt to the inside of the rocker panel, which is like the frame rail thing. Once I get door things and that solid, then it's a solid car. It just needs to have sheet metal taken care of. So I mean, this engine basically runs. Has compression on everything. I actually did have it running, not well, not for very long, just for maybe, I'd say, a minute or two, maybe a little more than a minute. I had my dad back here while I went and cranked because I was playing with the distributor and it was kind of hard to do one-handed, and then the thing fell off the gas pedal, so I just figured I'd have my dad come back. So he did that, and then we had it running, and it didn't run very well. It didn't really want to run much under probably 3,000 RPM. It just had to go on, keep it wide open or fairly wide open, and keep pumping it every couple seconds because it'd want to die. But then there wasn't really any gas in it, so yeah. But everything sounded good. Everything was tight. It wasn't knocking, no valve train noise. I mean, it was pretty good, but I didn't really get to listen too much because it was just so loud because there's no exhaust on it, really. But yeah, so I guess that's as much of an update. This video is getting kind of long, so I'll end it. Bye.